Steve has gone through some very questionable changes in Season 2, not so much in terms of balance, but more so in character archetype, identity, and just how the character plays overall. As someone that has played Steve since Tekken 5, this is perhaps the first time this character has received such drastic changes that change the way that he plays. So let's talk a bit more about this and why I'm not a huge fan of Steve in Season 2. Okay, so what exactly is wrong with Steve in Season 2? How has he changed so much? Well, it's obvious. This has been an issue since the launch of Tekken 8. It's the implementation of LionHeart. For some reason, these guys just want us to use LionHeart. In fact, we are forced to use LionHeart because this is like so meta in terms of Steve's playstyle or his game plan. Now, in terms of strength, right, let me get this out of the window. In terms of strength, Steve is a very strong character in Season 2. He got some pretty good buffs with the new Firefox Fury, the freaking hit move at the wall. Low-key busted because, you know, Season 2. But outside of strength, and that's what my biggest problem is with this character, it's just the way he plays right now. The whole stance 50-50 bullshit, right? This is the problem with Season 2 Steve. Now, you can say that about a lot of characters, but it hurts so much with Steve because coming from Tekken 5, coming from Tekken 4, Steve has always been praised to be one of the most uniquely designed characters in Tekken history. The whole idea of a boxer and having no kicks on his 3 and 4 buttons, this has been like his core identity in terms of character uniqueness. So this change with the LionHeart playstyle just hits hard. Like, it just feels very weird seeing Steve play like this. So Steve is basically forced to go into LionHeart. Like I said, it's meta now. You have to go into LionHeart. If you do certain moves and you decide not to go into LionHeart, you lose frames. You lose your frame advantage. You can't pressure as much. A lot of stuff is strong if you decide to go into LionHeart. Stuff like forward 3, forward 2, like dark forward 2. This move is still strong, it's still a counter hit launcher. However, right now it takes you to LionHeart before you could cancel back into his dark forward 3, but now it forces you to go into LionHeart stance. It's a better version of the move, don't get me wrong, but like, it doesn't feel good, bro. I don't want to use LionHeart with Steve. Like, I don't want to be forced to use LionHeart. I don't want to, like, if I wanted to play a 50-50 playstyle, bro, I would play Lars. That's why I have Lars as a different character, because it gives me something different. I don't want my characters to have the same kind of playstyle, right? This applies to moves like Peekaboo 2. So Peekaboo 2 also now goes into LionHeart stance. Before, you could stay into Peekaboo and continue your pressure, and he had really good pressure because Peekaboo 2 was a counter hit launcher as well as a punch parry. So some really good mind games off of that Peekaboo 2. But now it's like, okay, Peekaboo 2, I go into LionHeart. Like, bro, like, why? I don't want to do this. And this also brings me to my other point of the counter hit paragon. This has been a meme for a long time now. Like, Steve isn't really the counter punching paragon anymore. That title now belongs to Brian, and this has been Steve's identity since Tekken 4. Again, he's been a heavy counter hit fusion character. Very bad pokes, but very strong counter hits. You have to place counter hits properly. You know, you have to get into the match, dictate the pacing of the match. Your opponents have to be careful against you. Like, this is thrown out of the window mostly because of LionHeart. I honestly don't know how back 1 has survived in Tekken 8, because at this point, honestly, it doesn't even feel like Steve needs to have that back 1 with this new playstyle that he has. His playstyle revolves around LionHeart stance, 50-50s, guard breaks. That's Steve, right? With his new Fox Fury at the wall. You don't really look at Steve and think to yourself, ah man, this character has like mad counter hits. Like, it's just back 1 right now. Down forward 2 has been cooked in this season. It will never go back to its former glory. No matter how much they change this move, down forward 2 is cooked, right? Down forward 2, back 1 is what made Steve Steve, especially in Tekken 7. You had other moves like Peekaboo 2. His identity has just been cooked. I do love LionHeart. LionHeart is a cool stance, right? It's the early shuffle. I mean, come on, as a boxer, you have to nod the devs. Like, this was very, very creative. But what I don't like is the options he has from the stance. They had no reason to make this a 50-50 stance. They would have done other stuff like making it a plus free move, maybe having some sort of counter hit move there, maybe even transition to his chain throw, which is an aspect I love about Steve in Tekken 8. Him having those chain throws, of course, the clinch throws are a part of boxing as well, so this fits his archetype very, very well. You could duck them, you had counterplay to them, so it's a pretty good change. But the Lionheart throws that out of the window, because that's one of his biggest strengths. It's Lionheart pressure, and that's just one aspect I have not been having fun with Steve, guys. For all of my Steve mains, my channel has a lot of Steve mains. I know this because my guide in Tekken 7 was very popular, so I know a bunch of Steve mains that subbed to me. And boys, I'm sorry to say this, but I'm not having fun with this version of Steve. I have been playing a lot of offline Tekken, like I always said. I haven't yet jumped on online. I'm waiting for the May update first, but I have been playing offline with some friends. I've played a lot of Steve, and yes, he is a very strong character. He's better than Season 2, but the new playstyle, bro, I just can't click with this fucking playstyle. Like, I am sorry. Like, I have tried, I've played so many games, but the whole idea of Lionheart, man, like Lionheart guard break, Lionheart 1, Lionheart guard break, Lionheart 1, there's nothing else to that. It's just those two, right? Maybe throw out a back 3, one mix up there, here and there, but like overall, that's just what you're doing with Lionheart. There's nothing else to do, unless maybe when you're going to hit, you can throw in the clinch throw, but other than that, most of the time you're throwing out a guard break or the mid. This 50-50 playstyle, guess for your life, is not it with Steve. I think Namco just, yeah, they've fucked up this character, man. Like, I don't know what else to say. A lot of people have talked about this new version of Steve. Even TMM is disappointed with this new version of Steve. I'm sure you guys have seen that video. There are very few OG Steve players that love this new version, right? I think even FDX does not like how Steve plays now with the forced Lionheart stance pressure stuff. But if there are any veteran Steve players in my chat, please, like, talk to me. Is it just me, bro? Like, this is not Steve. Like, it's not Steve, man. Like, it's not Steve. Like, I wish they doubled down on his clinch throws, gave him more stuff. I really love the aspect of his clinch throws. But the Lionheart stuff, man, and it sucks because, again, that's his biggest strength in Season 2 right now. It's a Lionheart pressure. It's so freaking good. You can cancel a lot of stuff. Like, you can cancel into Lionheart, boom, duck, cancel. But at the end of the day, if you want to break the opponent's defense, it's Lionheart 1+2 versus Lionheart 1. And that, for me, is just boring. I think Steve was not meant to be this kind of character. He's meant to have a bunch of counter-hit setups, counter-hit tools, right? Placements. Your opponent is supposed to be cautious about this, not guessing from a stance. Your opponent is supposed to be prepared to deal with your counter-hit pressure moves, your counter-hit tools, and not the Lionheart BS. So again, guys, Steve mains, talk to your boy. This character is freaking cooked. So now going forward, I will play Steve. I will try to take him in rank, but boys, I would be lying to myself if I said I'm still having fun with this character. I don't like the direction Namco are taking him, so I might have to replace him for another character for my 4th main, for my journey to God of Destruction in Season 2. Again, if the update is good in May. Now, as hard as this is for me, I'm just not having fun with Steve anymore, bro. Like, I don't know what it is, and I love this character. I freaking love, like, most of my hours in Tekken 7 were Steve. It was the most used character in Tekken 7 for me. Tag 2 was Steve and Lars. Tekken 6, of course, I played more Lars, but Steve was still up there. Tekken 7, I've played more Raven, but like even Steve, man, so I don't know, man. I will play him, but I don't think I'll dedicate as much time as I did back in Season 1. So yeah, it's sad, boys. Like, it's sad for me to say stuff like this, but we'll see. As for the character I might replace him, I've been looking at Eddie. I really like Eddie. I talked about Eddie last season as well. I might, mess around with Eddie, but we'll see. I want a female character as well. I spoke about Reina last time, so I mess around with Reina as well. We'll see. I'll update you guys on which character I decide as my 4th for the GOD grind. So anyway, Steve mains, please talk to your boy. Is it just me? Am I blowing this out of proportion? Like, is the character still fun for you, and are you still grinding out some Steve Foxuru? Talk to your boy. If you made it this far, thank you so much. Please take the time to like my video, that like button, subscribe if you're new. I cover a bunch of Tekken variety content as well on my channel. So leave a like, sub to your boy, and yeah, take care my boys, with the frame data be ever in your favor. GG.